Yeah, new music, David Guetta, Jessie J. Laser Light.
Cork 96 FM.
This is Steve Haze and the Human League are in town this weekend. Yeah, part of Murphy's Little Big Weekend. More details. You can log on to littlebignightsout.com. And Sue from the Human League joins us now. Here's the story. Phil Oakey approaches you in a club in Sheffield and asks you, do you want to join the band? Is that how it works, Sue?
He asked us if we wanted to go on tour with them for a month. He never, ever, even now, he has never asked us to join his band.
What?
Even though we own a third of it each.
This is brilliant. Like, you haven't met and he's like, do you want to go away with me?
No, it wasn't like that. It really, truly wasn't any sort of chat-up line. He was with his girlfriend. It was very professional. We knew who he was. We knew the group had split up. It was never, ever any sort of chat-up line.
That's a great story. We're talking to Susan from the Human League. I got to throw out some quick 80s questions for you, Susan.
Go on.
Fashion from the 80s. Your fashion accessory from the 80s that you loved.
Oh, probably red lipstick.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. And the black eyeliner. That was pretty big, too, yeah?
Yeah, but red lipstick was bigger.
Okay, all right. Your favorite 80s movie?
Oh, gosh. They were all them Brat Pack things, weren't they? I didn't like any of those.
Oh.
I don't know, probably something like Blade Runner, I would have thought.
Okay, and if you weren't in the Human League, what other 80s band would you like to have been in?
None. They were not. None were as good as the Human League.
Oh, come on, Sid. There's got to be one.
No, I wouldn't want to be in any other group than the Human League.
And when it comes to songwriting, is it true that you haven't written any songs at all?
No, neither has Joanne. No, we never chose to write any song. But everyone encouraged us. We just didn't want to. I mean, financially, that's not the best thing in the world, but, the other people in the group were better at it, and I think sometimes you have to look at where your talent lies. And Joanne and I, we were never that bothered. We like singing, we like performing.
That's great. I love that. We're not bothered. That's okay.
We're all right,
Well, we're talking to Susan from the Human League. Now, Susan was the blonde in the group.
Yeah.
And is that a natural blonde, Sue?
No.
Okay.
Not very many are natural.
Okay. I mean, you've kept that throughout the years. I think that's kind of been a bit of a trademark.
Oh, no, I wouldn't have thought so. I look like I do, I don't know. I had horrible mousy brown hair that didn't suit me, so I went blonde, that was all.
Well, let's get a little taste of the Human League right now. I got a couple songs coming up. What I want to play is my favorite was actually Human.
Right, okay.
I like that because produced by Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, who worked with Janet Jackson and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Tell me about this song, Susan.
They sort of saved us, really. We were going through a terrible time internally within the group, and we'd started the album that became Crash that we did with Jimmy and Terry, and it wasn't working with the producers in England. It just wasn't working. Philip, Ian and myself really liked a group called Change that Jimmy and Terry had worked with, and managing director of Virgin went and phoned Jimmy and Terry up and said, would you be interested? Philip and Ian went over to meet them and they agreed to do the album. It took us 4 months in Minneapolis and it was so cold. I've never felt cold weather like it. It was like it was 6 foot high snow. And they said, we wrote this song that we think is sort of our version of Don't You Want Me? And we listened to it and we went, thank you very much, we'll have that, thank you. And then it was #1 in America. So, yeah, it's been great for us.
Oh, wicked. Well, you just mentioned something's coming up right after Human.
Come on, lady, drive.